Hello everyone, Harry Baldock here, editor for Total Telecom. We're here on day one of Connected Britain. I'm delighted to be joined by Paul Howard from TP-Link. Paul, how's your day going?
It's going very well, thank you. Yeah, it's been busy, which is really good. Lots of people coming by the stand, lots of talking, hence the voice. But yeah, it's been very, very good. And did a presentation slot earlier on the Connected Society, which all went down very well and had some good feedback on that. So fantastic event, going really well.
Lovely, always good to hear. And I think we'll probably touch on some of those talking points about Connected Society now, because really what I want to ask you about is this kind of, I guess, the smart home evolution. And let's start with the fact that the amount of devices going into these homes that are connected is increasing absolutely enormously.
Yep.
What kind of challenges does that mean for like home and office Wi-Fi?
So that's a very good point, and actually there's been some interesting figures about how much that is growing as well. The number of devices in the home, if we look back over the past few years, it's increased from like sort of 15, 16 devices in the home to they're projecting by the time we get to 2028 that is, to be about 60 devices in the home. Massive increase. So the networking technologies to actually deal with that, Wi-Fi 7 is certainly one of those. The ability to be able to have multiple connections, multiple points where it's actually connecting simultaneously and operating simultaneously. And that's certainly, Wi-Fi 7 fits well into that, and is going to be the requirement moving forward, that's for sure.
And of course, Wi-Fi 7, as you mentioned, came out earlier this year. We're already seeing some of those products hit the market. What is it that Wi-Fi 7 can do that Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 6E kind of can't do?
It's a lot of the technologies that and features that are inherent within Wi-Fi 7, some of the extra features they brought out. So MLO, multi-link operation, so that enables in the different frequencies that you get across the tri-band capability of Wi-Fi 7 are able to be combined and merged together to create one big pipe as opposed to multiple small pipes. That's just one thing. Another thing is the spatial stream, the 16 spatial stream simultaneous connectivity. So all those sort of things are increasing the connectivity, the latency, so there's not so much latency in the network, and the number of devices that can simultaneously work at the same time. So, and there's other stuff as well that increases the ability to reach further into the home with the speed and with the coverage that you get. Wi-Fi mesh has been around with Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 5 for that matter. It was a thing. But in Wi-Fi 7, they've really got to deal with it, and it's really enhancing the whole Wi-Fi experience around the home and making sure you've got Wi-Fi in every corner of the home, and that's the imperative.
And in terms of kind of communicating all this to customers, I think the telecoms industry at large really has quite a big problem with communicating exactly what all these acronyms do and why they're important. Do you think customers kind of understand the necessity of Wi-Fi 7? How are you kind of going about approaching them with this?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because I've been in telecoms and communications since I left school a million years ago, and it's always been a known fact that communications companies are terrible at communicating. It's always been a joke that's been made, and unfortunately nothing's really changed there. That still is the case, and it is quite difficult to get some of these technologies, the descriptions of them, what they deliver, how they benefit across. But we are all getting better at doing that, and we're certainly able to explain to the customers what those benefits are. As I was mentioning just now, some of those features, when we actually explain those, the way we can put those across to a customer to help them to understand, certainly it's starting to get across. Like I say, if I just say Wi-Fi 7, that will suit for you, that will do you good because it gives you Wi-Fi in every corner of your home. That's a lot easier than starting to talk about Wi-Fi mesh and coverage and roaming and things like that. So just comments like that, and that's what we've got to get better at doing, and we are. And I think the customers are starting to understand, but there's a little bit to go.
And of course, alongside the fact that the home's getting more kind of congested with all these extra devices, there's also a demand for kind of bigger speeds. There's a lot of talk kind of multi-gig.
Yes.
What kind of impact is that having on hardware in terms of how that's
So absolutely. We're starting to do multi-gig coming into the home, and people are now saying, well, okay, if I've got 1 gig, 2.5 gig, maybe going up to 3 or 4 gig, there's lots of discussions about moving up to XGS-PON and 10 gig. So if you give that coming into the home on the WAN, stands to reason the customer's going to say, well, how can I use that? I need to be able to fill that. And so, again, Wi-Fi 7 certainly plays right into that with some of the technologies we're doing there. If you get the products that are, as we would say, a tri-band 4x4x4, that sounds a bit technical, basically means that each frequency has got 4 channels on it that can be used to be able to give you the speed. So it's increasing the amount of physical or wireless connections that you can actually pass data over. And Wi-Fi 7 plays into that, and it is absolutely delivering on multi-gig coming into the home, multi-gig Wi-Fi. So they are starting to match up. And it's interesting to see now, we've kind of got a bit of a situation where what's driving what? Is it WAN driving Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi driving WAN? And it really matches up quite well at the moment.
And all of this, the additional devices, the higher speed demands, it's a lot of additional complexity for home Wi-Fi and how you kind of handle that.
Yeah.
Is that changing the way we kind of approach Wi-Fi management in our home?
Dramatically. Unfortunately, and you'll see a lot to hear, there's been a lot of, or there are a lot of organisations here showing what is called TR369. Now, TR69 was always the traditional management technology used, and it's been used for about 20 odd years now. So it's time a new technology came along, right? And TR369 absolutely delivers on that. And we're doing our part towards that. We have a management system running on TR369. What that enables is not just the management of the device, the first device, the router, but enables you to see further into that user's home, into the customer's home, and see their Wi-Fi environment, see the interference, see what channels are being interfered with, seeing what performance they're getting, seeing what devices are connected to what nodes and at what connection speeds are getting, how stable it is. So that's becoming really, really important. And we're seeing when talking to the ISPs, that's becoming a fundamental requirement for their whole management solution. So absolutely it's a requirement. 369 is the way to do it. And there's a lot of people doing it, as are we.
It feels like a real paradigm shift for Wi-Fi, really.
A complete paradigm shift. It's Wi-Fi 7 and these technologies, 369, have really changed the whole way that we actually look at this, operate this, manage this, and run it.
Super exciting. Paul, thank you so much for your time. It's really exciting to do it.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.